and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for June the 10th through June the 17th. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm feeling great. That was just a little tickle in my throat. Thank you all for all of those who got readings with me on Instant Go. I had a great time. You know, it's a perfect way to ask me, a question. I happened to be up late. Somebody asked me a question at like 11 p.m. and I was able to answer them. So it's great. Also, please join me on Patreon. It's another way of promoting me. Check that out. I believe, I always get this wrong. So I said I'm going to remember, but I don't know if it's this side or this side. Anyway, at the beginning of me reading, these are for your sun, moon, and rising signs. So please, if you want a personal reading, you can find that information in the show more section below. All the other links to the other videos will be below also, so don't forget that. Now, if you haven't been here before, welcome. I'm so happy that you join me, and I really hope you'll come back. Please don't forget to like my videos, share them on your social media, comment, I read every comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're coming back, I love you guys. I think it's wonderful that you come back, and I really, really appreciate you. So thank you. Thank you for always liking, always commenting. There's a core group that always do that, and you keep me on point. You keep me coming back to do this. So now let's go to the astrology report for the week. Now on the 12th, Mercury moves into Cancer. This can kind of be kind of emotionally intense. It can emotionally intensify our thought process. So we may kind of think of things a little biased, and be careful not to take things personally at this time. Be aware of that. On the 13th, we have the new moon in Gemini. Now the new moon is about intentions, right? Writing your intentions down. We're probably going to feel a little antsy. We've come out of kind of the spring, the winter, now we're in summer. It's like we're raring to go, right? So this is a good time for a trip. We're going to want change. We want newness. We want change. So it's a good time to take a trip or, plan a trip. Now on the same day, Venus moves into Leo. Darling, we might be feeling a little theatrical. Maybe we want to express ourselves in a theatrical way. Maybe we want to wear color. We want to stand out. We want to look beautiful. And, how we want to present ourselves to the world. I'm laughing because I'm going to a 1920s party and it's going to be very theatrical. Not that I'm not theatrical anyway, with the Leo rising. So then on the 14th, Venus squares Uranus. This is kind of an awkward, socially awkward time. I definitely wouldn't plan any kind of romantic date or get together. I think the 14th is a good day to do something spiritual, maybe some alone time, some me time, pampering yourself or meditating is a perfect thing to do on this day. So that's it for the astrological report. Let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for June the 11th through June the 17th. In all the other videos, I've been saying June the 10th to the 17th, but I was wrong. Anyway, so the first card out for you, Libra, is Temperance, darling. This is balancing things out. This is, the mantra for this card is everything in moderation, right? I mean, it's like work in moderation, eating, drinking, drugs, if you're doing that. Whatever you're doing, do it in moderation. It's even like tempering your emotions, right? It's about, and it's also about kind of patience, if you will. It's kind of things, you've got to kind of balance things out because things are going to play out in a good way. And clarifying it is the Nine of Cups, darling. That's, yeah, okay, so this is celebration. I'm getting that. Yeah. Okay, so this is wishes come true, right? And when this card comes out, it's like we're in celebration mode. Yeah, we're going to celebrate. Well, don't celebrate too much, darling. Don't go over the top. Don't spend money beyond your means. This really is everything in moderation. So your tendency is to want to really go all out, right? So you're going to have to rein it in a bit, Libra. So the next card that comes up for you, darling, is the Moon. Now the Moon is, first of all, the Moon is like intuition, the gift of intuition and psychic ability, right? That's what the Moon is. It's all moody and it sees things in the dark. And when the Moon comes up, it's saying that the truth in a situation is going to be illuminated. Now, whether you choose to look at that or not is on you, but this is always, the truth comes out, a light is being shed on something that you need to look at. Now, there's enough shadowy things, there's enough shadow in the moonlight, right? The moon also casts a dark shadow that you can hide from this truth if you so choose, if you don't want to look at this, whatever the light is being shed on. But I have a feeling that this is very important for you to take a look at this. And sometimes it means that, you know, your path is being shown. And also, this card can also mean don't get distracted by shadowy people, right? Shady people, or people who aren't what they appear to be, perhaps. So don't get distracted by people or things, you know, that aren't what they appear to be. Now, clarifying it is the Strength. I love that. Look, she's really petting the lion. And the lion, normally the lion's instinct is to pounce on something that they don't know or someone they don't know, right? To pounce on them and to attack them. But this lion is clever enough to know that if he just allows himself to enjoy this moment, if he can has self-control. This is about self-control, definitely. This is about self-control. So this is about self-discipline and self-control. He's controlling himself and his instinctual behavior to enjoy this moment fully with this maiden. Look, to be loved and caressed and petted in this moment. I feel that you have to come in. You have to come into the present moment, Libra, and take a look at the truth in this situation. It's important for you to look at this, whatever is going on. And you've got this feeling of discontent, almost. It's like you want something. You want your life to have more meaning. I always say this always reminds me of that Peggy Lee song, you know. Is that all there is, my friends? Then let's keep dancing. You know, let's pull out the booze and have a ball, if that's all. Anyway, don't pull out the booze. This really is about following a spiritual path. Listen, it's like being with like-minded people. It's about finding your tribe. It's about getting a mentor, even a spiritual mentor. It's like he doesn't care about his worldly goods at this point. He just wants to move on. He wants to move on to something more meaningful. and clarifying it, you have the world. Like, you're being, actually, the universe is supporting you in this journey, this spiritual journey. Excuse me. I really do feel that you are going to make a change, that you really are going to make a change in direction. Well, you have a choice. You can, if you choose to, or you can get distracted and over celebrate, and perhaps, look, this is interesting. Look, on top of her head, she has the infinity mark, right? No end, no beginning. It's balance again also. This is also saying that your strength is in kindness and compassion, right? We don't need to fight sometimes to show our strength and to get to be respected. You can command respect. I always say this reminds me of my mom. She would just give me a look and we'd come together. That look, and I inherited it and used it on my son successfully. Anyway, this is what I'm getting for you. Something's going to come up this week that you should look at. Now, for some of you, it will be kind of an inner truth that you need to look at. Maybe it's your behavior, and that's probably what it is right here, the strength. You've got to come into the present moment, and you've got to look at, how you've behaved in life, what you've learned from any of the mistakes or things that haven't worked out the way you wanted them to. So it's about learning from that. And it's about finding your tribe. It's about taking a spiritual path, the higher road. Everything in moderation, guys. Don't overdo it this week, okay? If you want to go in that spirit, you are really being encouraged to go in a spiritual direction, whatever that means for you. This is a non-judgmental channel. We're very open to all types of belief systems, faiths, and religions, if that floats your boat, whatever it is. Whatever works for you, darling, Okay. We're going to pull a Whispers of Love card. First for the single Libran, and then for the Libran in relationships, in a committed relationship. What do the Whispers of Love angels have? What blessings, guidance, and direction messages can the Whispers of Love angels give to single Librans? What wonderful blessings, guidance, and messages. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. This is about being of service. This is about giving of yourself, doing something wonderful and, paying it forward, darling. Look, it's got a little rabbit. I love the imagery in these cards. They're so beautiful. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. It's better than money, darling. Give of yourself instead of, Okay, so now we're going to pull a card for Librans in relationships. Okay, what wonderful messages do you have for Librans in relationships? Oh, I feel that was going to come up. There were several coming out, so I think that one really wants to come out. But I'm going to wait for it to fall out. Oh, there it is. Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. Look at the imagery on that. It's just gorgeous. This is about speaking in your partner's language of love. Do you know your partner's language of love? We all have languages of love. And it's important to find out your partner's language of love. How do they show love? Some people will cook or do things for it. Other people want gifts, you know. My ex-husband never got that. That's why he's my ex-husband. Anyway, Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, comment, give me feedback, and subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.